Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about heart coherence and emotional resilience. I'm Tyrell Mara. We're at the Wellness Den, where we work with aspiring leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, CEOs to build an inner roadmap and toolkit to help us show up at our very best. And it turns out that our emotions, our heart, our ability to shift states emotionally and energetically are really important, are central and foundational to not only being able to show up at our very best, but also to be able to come back into states of rest and restoration and nourishment, which we need if we want to be able to sustain being able to be at our very best in every area of life, not only in sport or in business or in our communities or with our family or our partners. For us to be at our best, we have to be able to show up across the board. And so today is all about how do we navigate our emotional state. And whenever we talk about emotions, we're talking about the heart. There's an organization called the HeartMath Institute, and they're who I see as the leaders for studying our hearts as our emotional center. Our hearts actually send a lot of information and directions up to our brain and out to the body, causing us to shift states. And it's all based off of our emotions. What are we feeling and what's going on inside of us? They developed this really simple tool called the depletion to renewal grid, and it's basically a 2x2 matrix showing on one side the depleting emotions that we experience, either big emotions in what I would think of as the top left-hand quadrant, so anger, frustration, resentment, worry, anxiety. Those are when we're in a sympathetic, immobilized state, so that's why they're up in the top. And then in the bottom left-hand quadrant, we have softer but still depleting emotions. Think about times when you've been disappointed or lethargic or disengaged or disconnected. Those still don't feel very good. Sometimes it's not as harsh and as big. It doesn't consume our whole body, like our blood is boiling, we're seething with that feeling, but it's still draining. And on the right-hand side of the grid, we have our two quadrants where we're experiencing big renewing emotions. So this is where we experience optimum peak for performance, flow, play, joy, happiness, excitement, passion. And then the bottom right-hand corner, which is one of the most important ones that I think, especially as aspiring leaders and high performers, we just don't get into, which is rest, ease, calm, peace, contentment. It's that moment where you just are able to be fully in your body in the present moment without a care in the world. You might be smiling or laughing right now because you have no idea what that feels like. And that's the case for, I think, a lot of us. And so if we come back to the heart and we come back to our emotional state, this exploration, this meditation exploration that we're about to do in a few moments is all about us being able to come back to a calm and connected state from an emotional perspective. But we're doing quite a bit more than that. Because if we look at the science from HeartMath and we look at the connection between our heart, our nervous system, and our brain, we have all of this patterning, all of this wiring, right? We think about neurons that wire together, fire together up in our brains. We think about our nervous system, and it has this memory of understanding how to keep us safe from a nervous system and a brainstem perspective. And then we talk about some of the adaptive behaviors that we've had to have, things that we've had to do just to survive or to protect ourselves. And all of those are really deeply ingrained inside of us. And so the work of showing up at our very best in every area of life and being able to sustain that state, that ability to show up over and over again in a renewing capacity over days, weeks, months, years, decades, in my opinion, that's a life well lived. That's the holy grail. Being able to show up present, connected, engaged. Well, it requires us to build a new foundation, a new baseline for the emotional state that we can move in and out of with our heart, the cues of safety and connection that we experience from the nervous system. And as a result of all of that, we're creating space in our mind to be able to not be reactive, not be emotionally dysregulated, to feel that wave coming and then to pause and come back to center and then create space to choose what the new response will be. And so I'm sharing all of this because the exploration that we're about to do incorporates a whole bunch of really important, juicy ingredients that my hope is that you can take back into your life and you can start to weave them together. So for example, we're gonna play around with our attention. Where your attention goes, your whole system follows. So before we even think about how do I shift from a depleting emotional state into a renewing emotional state, we have to take a moment to just acknowledge and recognize, where is my attention? Am I living in the future with anxiety and fears? Am I in the past with rumination and shame or guilt? And we have to bring that attention into the present moment. We do that by starting with our breath. Our breath is this powerful vehicle, and when we're really using our breath, it helps us bring our attention into the moment. And then using attention and our breath, we can bring that attention and connection into the body. And so we're specifically going to be focusing on the heart, and we're going to be just working on connecting with our heart, keeping that attention in the present moment, meeting our bodies where they are, because some days you may do some of this exploration, meditation, breathing, and there may be a lot going on inside. You may feel totally collapsed and disengaged. And we have to meet ourselves where we are. We have to be okay with that. It is okay. It is okay. Wherever you find yourself, it is okay. You don't need to fight it. You don't need to run from it. You don't need to bury it. The exploration, the meditation, the moment of pause and connection is to just land in that moment and first of all, just observe it and accept it, right? Just be with it. And that's a little bit of creating this environment of safety within ourselves. And as we do that, what we realize oftentimes is sometimes we need to bring some movement into our body because we're animals. We need to move to express and sometimes move energy through our body and get it out, so to speak, so that we can come back and land in a more stable and calm center. And as we do that, our body actually opens up. And we have this opportunity to think about, what do I want to bring into my heart? What do I want to fill? What do I want to fill myself up with? And that's the beginning of us shifting our emotional state. My personal belief is that we're not talking enough about this. We're not training and teaching and guiding and practicing enough of this in our workplaces, in our areas of frontline responders, in firefighting, police force, nurses, in hospitals, right, where people are really on, and we have to be emotional resilient because we're going through this huge range all the time. And then also in athletics, right, on the turf or the field. Because think about the times when you've been at your very best, not only performing, right, so what the outside world sees, but also how you feel inside. Just conjure up that moment. Maybe it was a presentation or an athletic event, or maybe it was just a moment of connection with your family, with a friend, with a loved one. And think about both, where was your attention in that moment where you not only were performing and showing up really well, but you felt so connected and so good. Where was your attention? Where were your emotions? Even in the moments where we experience big challenges and adversities, or sometimes things like loss and grief, when we're connected and we're anchored and we're in the present moment where our attention is landed and we feel safe in our bodies and safe in the world around us, we can still cultivate emotions and feelings that are healthy for us, that allow us to heal and move through challenge and pain and adversity and loss, and actually show up fully in those moments. But oftentimes, all the time, frankly, when we're at our best, we are anchored in ourselves. Our attention is in the present moment. Often we feel really safe and connected in the body. That's how we experience flow, right? Our attention, our presence, our awareness is all right here. And generally, you probably found yourself living and moving in a renewing state. Now, take a moment and think about when you've been really depleted, exhausted, overwhelmed, frustrated, when you've been triggered or been really emotionally reactive. And oftentimes, and again, I would say oftentimes, but actually all the time, if you trace it back down within you, there's probably a couple of things that are lacking. Maybe you don't feel safe inside of yourself, in your relationships in the current moment, or maybe your current environment. So safety, right? Safety in the nervous system, but then also that likely you were experiencing depleting emotions, right? You were hanging on or getting locked into that feeling of frustration, resentment, anger, rage, disappointment. And the question that we come back to as individuals aspiring to just live and show up at our very best is, who is that serving? For us to stay locked into states or holding on to states that are depleting emotionally, energetically, from what we feel in the body, and frankly, how we are having an impact, a negative impact, a depleting impact on those around us. Who is that serving? Whose battery is it draining? And it's only ours. So if we come back to the concept of showing up at our best, performing at our best, recovering at our best, growing and feeling really good throughout, we have to be aware of our emotions. We have to take care of our heart. We have to invest in these practices to level up our baseline so that we can be emotionally resilient and adaptive. It's okay if we freak out. It's okay if you get angry. It's okay if you feel resentment. It's okay if you collapse into a depression or feel sorrow or all these things that might feel a little bit depleting. That's okay. But then the question is, how do I bring myself back to centered, and how do I bring in some renewing emotions? If you want to invest in this toolkit, in this inner terrain that you're developing, it's not about doing this exploration that we're about to do, which is going to be somewhere between the kind of 10 to 15 minute range. It's not about doing these big doses. These are great when you can fit them in, but it's actually about bringing these ingredients into small little moments of your day, dozens and maybe even hundreds of times, because your heart cares about it all. From an emotional hub, your heart notices and recognizes it all. If you can walk outside, like we have all this nature at the Wellness Den, and I encourage folks, go and just look at a tree. Look at the leaves blowing. I can see it right outside, right behind us here. And just breathe and find yourself in that moment. Maybe you notice a bird or a little butterfly. As silly as it sounds, our heart appreciates those moments of connection, of awe, of wonder. Maybe you land in a really meaningful conversation where you appreciate something about someone and you just feel those feelings inside of your body. It might be around your family or your kids or your loved ones, just taking moments of gratitude and appreciation, acknowledging the good that we have in our lives. It's about accumulating all of these moments where we are fully landed with our attention in the present moment, with our breath being connected to our body, and letting ourselves feel those renewing emotions, sensations, and felt experiences inside of us. These things are simple, these practices are simple, not easy, and it's about exposure, consistency. And I also think this is why no one does it. So few leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, CEOs take the time to appreciate the good and to feel it and build and establish that new baseline amongst themselves, within themselves. And so I think it's a great opportunity for us as aspiring individuals to come back to a practice that builds our capacity, our resilience, and our adaptability, not to be immune to challenges, adversities, loss, grief, heartache, unknown, uncertainty, fear, doubt, imposter syndrome, but to let ourselves and observe ourselves moving off into that area of dysregulation, maybe old adaptive patterns, only to pause, come back to the breath, come back to the heart, and then come back to a renewing state over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to move into this exploration, and you're welcome to make a mark here on the video so you can come back to it whenever you want. But the encouragement for you would be to try this, try parts of this exploration, this meditation, throughout your day for 30 days straight. Keep a journal on you so that at least once a day you're writing down the smallest things that you notice. For example, you may be doing this exploration in a couple of moments and you notice that your shoulders on an exhale, they relax. Maybe you notice at the bottom of one of your breaths out, you just sit there in stillness and it like feels so good. It's like time stops. Those are your moments. Your body knows those and appreciates those and needs those. And you writing it down further solidifies that new foundation. So I hope you enjoy this next little exploration. As always, wherever you're observing it and experiencing this, leave me a note, send me a message, drop a comment, This is meant to be a dialogue. It's an exploration because we are exploring. There are no right answers. There are no outcomes, but it's about being in ourselves, being connected. And for some of us, we may be just at the beginning of that journey. So ask questions, get curious. And I'm here to support you wherever you are.
Welcome. To begin this meditation exploration, I invite you to just take a moment and ensure you're in a space that is safe, where you feel connected, and ideally without distraction for the next several minutes. My name is Tyrell, and I'll be your guide for today. As you get settled in, whether you're seated, laying down, or even standing, I just want you to begin to feel some connection to the earth. We'll be bringing our attention into the heart and into our emotions, but we start with connection to the earth. So as you bring in a first nice inhale in through your nose, down into your core, on the exhale, can you feel your body anchoring and landing to whatever is holding you? So maybe you feel your feet, your legs, your sit bones and pelvis. Maybe you feel your core and your back. And with these first few breaths, I'm just going to invite you to continue to allow your body to land. Breathing in through the nose, down into the belly, out through the nose or the mouth. Slowing down that exhale. Continuing to find a nice rhythm with your breath. And notice that with every exhale, can you just soften and melt into the ground, into this present moment a little bit more. With your next exhale, can you feel your shoulders drop and soften? Maybe you let your jaw open up, let all those muscles relax. Maybe with your next inhale, as you breathe down into your core, you imagine breathing in all four directions, not only out towards your belly button, but also out towards your ribs and your side, and even back towards your spine, creating a little bit more space in the core. As you slow down each inhale and exhale, I invite you to let the things that you're holding, the pressures, the expectations, any to-dos, wherever you're coming from in life, let all of that just melt away and soften. And anything that you are going to move towards after, anything that's looming in your future, with your next breath in, nice, long, slow exhale. Just let it go. Be here. Feel your body connected to the earth. And then maybe at the end of this breath out, you pause and you land in stillness. And can you just appreciate that moment of stillness before transitioning into that next inhale where you're bringing in new life? Maybe you're bringing to mind some gratitude, the simple things that we can be thankful for in each day, breathing that in on the inhale and letting it go. We're now going to bring our attention and our energy inwards. I'm going to invite you to bring your attention and your awareness into your chest and the area of your heart. You're welcome to place a hand or two on your heart if you'd like. And I just want you to imagine, maybe feel and sense your breath flowing in and out of your heart and your chest area. Feeling that heart and chest expand with new life on the inhale, and soften and relax on the exhale. Opening your mouth with a sigh if that feels good. And just find a rhythm where you feel a connection, a presence, and an intention between your breath, those inhales and exhales, and the connection with your heart. Maybe it's expanding and imagining new life, new energy entering on the inhale, and every cell in your body getting a break, getting a little mini vacation on the exhale. Stay with that rhythm. Stay with that connection to the breath. And if you find your mind is moving away to a thought, a to-do, a worry, an anxiety, a story or a narrative, start by feeling your body connected to the ground. Can you feel your feet? Can you feel your pelvis and sit bones connected to the earth? Maybe you need to bring a little bit of movement to your body. Just let some of that movement through and then come back to your next inhale with intention, with felt sense in the body. Feel it moving in, filling up your heart, and softening and relaxing on the exhale. As you continue to breathe in and out through your heart, I'm going to invite you to bring to mind something that you're grateful for today. What's something that is there for you no matter what, through the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the challenge and the adversity. I want you to bring to your mind's eye something that is always there, that you are grateful for, that you are grateful to have in your life. And I want you to bring that picture to mind with as much clarity as you can. And it may be something big, it may be something small, it may be a person or people, a place, a pet, a memory, an experience. Bring it to life in your mind. And then begin to notice as you continue to breathe in and out through your heart, what are the emotions, the feelings, and the sensations that start to bubble up to the surface as you acknowledge the gratitude and appreciation for having that thing in your life? Maybe it's joy, maybe it's peace and calm, maybe it's just simply thankfulness or reverence. It could be compassion, grace, euphoria. Whatever it is, as you feel that emotion bubbling up, I want you to imagine yourself breathing and drawing it in on the inhale, filling up your heart with that emotion, with that feeling. Fill it up on the inhale. And let that feeling, emotion, that warmth radiate and expand towards your whole body on the exhale. Breathing that emotion in on the inhale, filling up your heart, and letting those waves of gratitude wash all the way out to every cell, every part of your body with the breath out. And you're welcome to keep bringing different pieces of gratitude to mind, things that you want to honor, that you want to appreciate. Bring the picture to mind, feel the sensation moving in your body, and then draw it in on the inhale and let it expand and wash throughout your body on the exhale. And as you move into your next breath of gratitude on the exhale, I want you to let all the air out, and then I just want you to land in a moment of complete stillness and pause at the bottom of that breath out. What do you notice? What do you feel? What's moving in the body right now? And then when you're ready, just come back to that next inhale, breathing into your heart, maybe feeling your heart beating, that life coursing through your body, letting those warm, renewing feelings wash out to every part, relaxing and restoring as they go. And then finding a little moment of stillness at the bottom of your exhale. There's no rush. Savor that pause. and then move with intention back to your next inhale. And just take one last moment here to notice the things that feel most important to you right now, down deep in your core or maybe up in your heart. As you stay with these renewing emotions, the things that are there for you, your attention in this present moment, in your body, having everything that it needs, with the safety and the connection and the compassion to meet yourself right where you are, no matter what, it's okay. What's the truth that comes up deep within? What's the knowing in your core? And just take a moment to listen. When you're ready with your next inhale, I'm going to invite you to bring some movement back into your body. So feel your hands maybe making fists, rolling your wrists around, feel your feet and your ankles, letting it out with a bit of a sigh. Bringing a little bit more movement into your shoulders, maybe into your legs, some rocking back and forth. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Let the light come in and wash in nice and slowly. Move with intention. Move with connection. And my encouragement would be to move towards grabbing a journal, if you can, and just spend a couple of moments reflecting. What did you notice? What was important? How do you move with intention and connection from this place into whatever is next? Thank you so much for spending the time with me here today. I hope you have a couple of great minutes of reflection, and then you move back into life a little bit more connected, a little bit more renewed, a little bit more resilient. Take care.